Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. It's great to have you. Welcome back to all of our subscribers. I appreciate you being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome. Please subscribe, consider hitting that like button, consider becoming a member. And to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can help take your business that next level, check out the numerous links below. And so with that said, our topic for you today is 8 ways to finance a new gym business. 8 ways to finance a new gym business. And so before we get into some of these things of where you can acquire money and you can get the funds to grow your business, some things to know is being undercapitalized, being underfunded is one of the primary reasons that anyone goes out of business, and certainly gyms and fitness center operations. Don't find yourself having to bootstrap something, particularly out of the gate. And one of the things that I always recommend for all of our clients is we're always looking for money. We're always looking for funding. It's always something that's out there. Don't wait until you need it. It's kind of like trying to hire somebody. If you wait until you need them, you may not be able to do it in time. You might find yourself just filling a slot. You might not get it. It's the same thing here. Let's always be working on it. Let's always have it, right here at our fingertips. Okay. And then a couple things to look at. We got a couple links below. We're always looking and searching for different things for our clients and ways to grow and develop your business. A couple links below on funding that you can click on, check them out. It doesn't cost anything. Take a look. And you can actually get funding for up to $500,000 with a 680 or better, 680 minimum credit score and $50,000 in income. So there are some opportunities to do this, but we always want to be looking for funding. We always want to make sure we have it right there at our fingertips. So with that said, I want to talk about 8 potential ways to finance a new gym. Okay, or even if you're an existing gym and hey, how do we get this figured out? We're kind of stuck. This can apply to you as well. Number 1 is savings. Okay, your own money. Okay, savings account. A lot of times it's the first place that we go. I know a lot of times when I'm talking to customers, whether it's equipment or whether it's funding the business, I'd rather always borrow that money if I can. Okay, now you can't always. It's one of the reasons that I suggest we're always looking. We always have it ready to go. Okay, because if you don't, a hiccup happens or a new opportunity comes along, that savings is probably where you're going to have to go. So, look at your savings. That's going to be one of the first places, and indeed it is a place that many people go to. Number 2 is credit cards. Okay, credit cards can be a great resource for this. It's quick, it's easy. Okay, the dangerous thing on the credit cards is you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're using one credit card to pay off the other credit card. That's the situation you want to stay away from. And any kind of credit card thing like that, you want to make sure you pay it off quickly. So really, you want to get a plan in place. And those are the kind of things. Yes, sometimes you have to do them. Yes, they're quick. Yes, they can be easy. But don't rely on it long term. Let's get that paid off quick, because that can really put a stranglehold on your business if you're not careful. Again, that's why we're always looking, okay, for what's out there. Number 3 is friends and family. Friends and family. One of the things that I always suggest, on kind of everything that we do, we're selling a membership, we're looking for funding, we're looking for other things, is go straight to your power base. And who's your power base? Normally it's all the people that are in your phone, okay? It's people that people that you trust. They know you, they love you, they want you to be successful. Let them know what you're doing. Let them know there's an opportunity here, okay? Make sure they know what you're doing. And I would even pose this question. If you're in a situation right now where you're looking for funding, do all your friends and family know what you're doing and what you're looking for? What I find most of the time is kind of an absolute no, okay? We have a tendency to go to strangers first. You'd be surprised how many folks, friends and family, would be interested in something like that. And the other thing I would say, I know we're talking about, kind of how to finance a new gym business, but this can apply to, a wide variety of things. If you're an existing club, there's a lot of members that would love to participate in something like this as well, okay? In some cases, it might be a great way to keep them from becoming competition. Okay, and it actually could lead to maybe a sale of the business even. So there's a lot of things in there. So look at friends and family. Consider that. Number 4, bank loans, SBA programs. That's probably the first place people try. And, the challenge on that, and there's folks that get it. Okay, we've had new gyms, brand new gym startups that have gotten it. We've had existing gyms that have been able to go back and do some of that. Okay, the key thing on these bank programs is you have to have a history of profit. Okay, if you're a new gym, that's difficult. Okay, if you're a new gym, that's difficult. Okay, you don't have a history of profit. If you're an existing gym, if you're trying to expand and kind of grow and make acquisitions, indeed you may have that. But hey, if you've kind of hit a bump in the road, you may not have that, may not be able to get it. Okay, and even on these SBA programs, if you are a new club, that they're going to want some collateral. They're going to want to know about what is your experience in the industry. They may want a co-signer. They might want you to bring in another partner. I mean, these are all the things that we see typically on things like this. So that's a great way to do it. Okay, if you can't do it, make sure you have other options because not everybody can. Okay, number 5 is angel investors. People that invest. Okay, that want to take a look at this. Now, typically angel investors and those kind of folks, what they're going to want is they're going to want equity in your business. They're not necessarily going to loan you money per se, and you're going to pay it back to them. They're going to want equity. Sometimes these folks, venture capital and things of that nature, they might want controlling interest. Okay, and it's going to come down to how bad do you want to do this. And in some cases we do, some cases we don't. But on those angel investors, they're going to want equity. Okay, and they may want a significant amount of it. Number 6 is crowdfunding. Okay, we've seen all these, online, a variety of programs that you can do, and typically these are not going to be loans, so to speak, not going to be equity. They're more rewards based. Okay, people that put money into those, maybe they get a free membership or they get whatever it might be, but it's more of a rewards based program. But they're also usually unique. They're different. They're kind of cutting edge. So if you have an idea that's very much different, that can be a potential good source for you. And really on all these, you might find every one of these is a small component of what you do. You don't get all your funding from one source. So, crowdfunding is a big part of this. Next is your business loans and lines of credit. Business loans and lines of credit, and this is where I suggest click in the links below. Whether it be personal credit cards, lines of credit, business loans, all that's available to you with a minimum credit score of 680, minimum income of $50,000. Okay, and so potentially to qualify for as much as say $500,000, and then or whatever you need below that, right? You don't have to take that full amount. So business loans and lines of credit, these are going to be things that you want to look at as well, and those are a little more common. Okay, a little easier to get, certainly based on that criteria. Okay, might be the first place I would look because now you're not tapping into your own funds. And then number 8, is factoring. Okay, and essentially factoring, it's selling your accounts receivable. Okay, the most common accounts receivable, is your membership base. If you're signing them up on an agreement, a 6-month contract, if you will, 12-month, 24 months, whereas companies might pay you 60, 70, 80, 90% of the value. Now, the downside of that, you don't get the full value. And if the customer cancels, there could be some kind of a recourse agreement in there as well. So 8 ways to potentially finance a new gym. So if you're thinking about a new gym, these are some things to look at. And then also when you're looking at a new gym, the things that we look at always is, how can we do more with less? Your equipment, you can get that financed, that has collateral, attached to it. Generally speaking, I don't know if we've ever had anybody that's just been totally turned down on equipment. Usually you can get that figured out. You've got your finish out allowance. This is where your big amounts come in, for your business. That's negotiable with your landlord. Okay, so worth having a conversation about that. Don't just assume you have to pay that yourself. And then your final, kind of bigger item is that ramp up to profitability. We'd like to see, typically a 90-day pre-sales, at least a 90-day abated rent period when you finally move in. That gives you 6 months of heavy selling, and depending on how we set this thing up, hopefully, we can get this thing at least paying its bills in rather short order. So there's other things you can do as well, but you're always going to want to be looking for funding, always have it available so that if you have a hiccup, you can address it, or if there's an opportunity out there, you can address that as well. So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today. If you've not yet done so, please subscribe. If you found the information beneficial, please hit that like button. Consider becoming a member and learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can help take your business to that next level. Please check out the links below, and we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.